So the topic of this video is 3 bikes I would buy if I had the money, and those 3 bikes are the Kawasaki W800 Cafe, the Kawasaki Classic 900, and Yamaha's new T-Max Tech-Max 560. I think I've got that title correct. So I don't know, it's a pretty windy day today, I don't know if you can hear that. They're the 3 bikes that have really caught my eye at the moment, and 3 bikes I would love to own. This is following on from my video I made where I showed what bikes you could buy for the price of one Harley Davidson. So the W800 Cafe sells for about $13,800 Australian at the moment. The Classic 900 is around 14.5 from memory, Australian dollars, and the Tech-Max from memory is around 18 to 20,000, I think somewhere around there. So what I would love to do is to ideally keep this bike, buy the W800 Cafe and the Classic 900 and have 3 bikes. You know, if I could have 3 bikes, that I think would be the perfect number for me. And so I'd have an adventure-ish bike, I'd have a cruiser, and I'd have a cafe racer. But for that to happen in my current financial situation, I could only have one bike, and if I wanted to say the W800 Cafe, I would have to sell this bike. And I'm seriously thinking about doing that, actually, selling this bike and perhaps buying the W800 Cafe. But part of me doesn't want to sell this bike because it's such a good bike. So I did actually talk to the dealer and ask him how much I could get for this bike if I was to sell it, and he's basically said, you know, you could ask what you paid for it brand new, because it's a seller's market at the moment. There's very little stock on second-hand bikes, and buying new bikes, like if I was to buy the W800 Cafe, for instance, there's probably going to be 2 to 3 month wait at this stage before I could get it. So if I did sell this bike, I think I'd sell it pretty quick, but then I'd have to wait, you know, 2 or 3 months. I wouldn't have a bike to ride for 2 or 3 months for the channel until the W800 was available. So it's it's a tricky one. What do you guys think I should do? Do you think I should keep this bike or sell this bike and buy the W800, for instance? So what I wanted to do long term was to have a channel bike, if you like, something that I tinkered with and worked on. This is not that bike. This is just a practical run around, do anything sort of bike. The Kawasaki Classic 900 would be a bike that, you know, I'd want to look at putting a seat on, a screen on, perhaps upgrading suspension, things like that. Something I could tinker on, and at 14,500 Australian, you could afford to do that. This is my other thing with Harley Davidson's, like, I don't want to spend $30,000-$40,000 on a bike and then have to think about then spending more money on seats and suspension and things like that. Road closed. Wonder what's going on up here. Wonder if that bridge is dodgy. Looks like we've got a board out there. Yeah, it looks like it's no longer safe to go across that little bridge. Alright, back we go. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so that was the thing, the Vulcan 900 Classic I'd love to have as a bike, a channel bike that I just you know, worked on and tinkered with and made it. My goal would be to make it a super comfortable cruiser that I could do long trips on and yeah, just enjoy riding around. Because I do like cruisers and I do enjoy riding cruisers. I enjoy riding this bike as well, and my Thruxton 900, that was a cafe racer, and I really enjoyed riding that bike as well. So ideally 3 bikes would be the way to go. Wonder where this goes. dry weather road only. Let's try this road and see what happens. Where this takes us. So what do you think? Would you like to see me sell this bike and buy, say, the W800 Cafe, or would you prefer to see me buy the 900 Classic from Kawasaki? They're the two bikes I've done my research on that I think are really good value for money. Oh boy, it's a bit rugged. There we go. I can stand up a little bit, see where I'm going. Yeah, I find this bike, for my height, 6'1", to be not ideal to stand up on. But if I see some really rugged stuff, then I will stand up out of the seat. So what I wanted to do with the channel was to grow it to a size where it could fund these things, But that's going to take a long time, and if you watch my last video, I think it's going to be increasingly difficult to do going forward with the new channels that will be coming on and all the extra competition for viewers. I hope this road actually goes somewhere. Out of the W800 and the Classic 900, I think I'd probably I'd go for the W800 Cafe first. There's a lot of features about it that I really like, especially the engine. It's a parallel twin. It's just under 800 cc's from memory. But the firing order is pretty unique nowadays, where the parallel twins tend to be 270-degree firing order now, unlike, say, on this bike and Triumphs and the Africa twin. This has a 360-degree firing order. So what that means is that the pistons move up and down in unison together, but they take turns firing. So where one piston's coming up on the compression stroke and then fires, the other piston's coming up and pushing exhaust gases out of the exhaust valve. And so it has a pretty distinctive note, and it actually sounds really good, I reckon. And I really like what I'm reading about the way the engine has a lot of character, and I love the look of the bike, and it looks like, from what I've been reading and seeing, it'd be a pretty comfortable bike to spend some time on. And yeah, it'd just be a really fun bike to ride. So the Yamaha Tech Max, I think I see as a replacement bike for this one. If I had three bikes, I'd have this and the W800 Cafe and the Kawasaki Classic 900, or I'd have the Yamaha Tech Max scooter as my everyday runaround bike, plus the W800 plus the Classic 900. So I'd see the Tech Max scooter as a replacement for this. It'd probably be a better road bike, a better highway bike, having the electric screen, cruise control, very comfortable seating. But it's not a bike I would take, on roads like this or in gravel. Being belt drive on the Tech Max, it's not ideally suited to gravel roads. You get one stone up into that belt and it'll split the belt. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. So let me know your thoughts below. I'll keep thinking about the potential of selling this bike and buying something new, and yeah, stay tuned to see what happens. If you've made it this far, thanks heaps for watching this video, and hopefully I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.